before we go into the next album, quick random question. If you had to choose, what is your Harry Potter house? Where do you think y'all would get picked by the fucking hat?
Hufflepuff.
You think you would get picked? Yo, you know what? You know what? I
wouldn't be
I
was reading the things the other day and I was like,
this guy heard Puff and was like, yep.
Nah, it wasn't even
that's why he chose it. Yo, I've never.
Purple Ravens, you know what I mean?
Yo, I'm dying. Like, low key, that was way funnier than I thought it would actually lead into, because I never thought any man would blatantly actually come out and say Hufflepuff.
That's the way.
Nobody purposely chooses Hufflepuff. That's so. Like I love it. I absolutely love it. Dims, what are you choosing?
Bro, I don't know. I don't want to be typical and say Gryffindor.
I'm a Ravenclaw man. I know,
and I don't want to be. And I don't want to be Slytherin because I'm not trying to hang out with Malfoy.
But you're a Slytherin.
You might be.
Still, always on a move or trying to screw.
Yeah, man. Yo,
that's the thing I was thinking.
Malfoy had that one black friend. You know, Malfoy had that one. That was Dims. Remember, Malfoy had the black friend in the second Harry Potter.
Yeah,
that's you, Bridget.
You're saying that's me?
That's you in high school. That's you in high school.
You're Slytherin.
Yo, when we left, that's you in high school.
You're in Slytherin.
That's crazy.
Yo.
Yeah, honestly, like I don't want to say Slytherin,
but
knowing if I'm in the movie and it puts it on, man, I'm like,
that fits how you
then it has to be like,
yeah.
He's like Slytherin.
Slytherin. You're saying you'd be like,
fuck. Yeah. I'd be like fuck, but I'll be like, yeah, I understand.
I am a Ravenclaw man. I'm a Ravenclaw man still.
But just know I'm fucking all y'all up in Quidditch.
Honestly, you might still. Hufflepuff don't win in Quidditch.
We know it still.
Hufflepuff don't win in Quidditch. I'm telling you that right now.
Good herbs, bro. Herbology.
I have a question for y'all too.
Yeah.
More so like more so for Corey, but so Lil Baby is dropping next month. His soft, I would consider it a sophomore album. Some people would say it's third, but I'm considering it a sophomore. I look at his first one as more of like a mixtape kind of thing. But so with sophomore albums, okay, recently this last year we've seen a lot of like a few artists with like sophomore albums that just flop on the second one. I'm drawing a blank right now, but Jack Harlow was one of them. Do you see Lil Baby having a flop of a sophomore album, or do you see him actually? Because it's this one. This is the. Oh, sorry. Roddy Ricch was the other one I was thinking of too. Because Roddy, like that's what I'm saying. Jack Harlow and Roddy Ricch both had really good debut albums, and their second ones, weren't hidden as much as the second one. There wasn't. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So with Lil Baby, do you what do you think is gonna be the outcome of this sophomore album? I forget the title name, but I'm really interested in that fact for Lil Baby.
I think there's too much pressure for it to be subpar. That's like it had, because he has to be good. Like I feel like there's the expectation that the bar is like really, really high.
Yeah.
So you see, but here's the thing: the songs that he has been
in that
dropping,
lane where it can be really good for like, you know what I'm saying?
100%. But I look at him, I put him in the same category. Well, obviously he's the biggest one out of the ones I just named before.
Yeah.
But I put him in that same kind of category as like, okay, so what are you bringing to the table? Are you gonna give me a really good second sophomore album and be like, oh, okay, I'm really that dude, or is this a point where you don't know how to take that next step as an artist? Well, I don't want to say it like that, but you know what I mean? Try to like be like, can I really do another good album again? You know what I mean? So, and that's the thing. It doesn't have to be a great album from front to back. Are you going to come with the same hits? Are you going to have because it's all about streams, right? So it's like, are you going to make that album that's going to have slapper after slapper?
I think Lil Baby is capable of bringing hits.
Because if you look at it, the last year, the singles that he's been dropping towards his album, you don't think so? What do you mean?
Like the last few hits?
The In a Minute, On Me.
Oh, the last few hits.
For him, like,
well, he just dropped one last.
Detox was not it.
You don't like Detox?
It's not.
I thought Detox was pretty good.
See, that's not my lane for Lil Baby.
Okay.
But like,
so what type of Lil Baby? You like Lil Baby like actually just like spitting, or do you like Lil Baby?
I like him spitting. I like him on
the more melodic spitting.
And I like it. Yo, here's the thing. I like when he does when he gets in his love bag too. So that's the thing. That's just kind of like, I'm interested to see. Are you gonna give me another album with full on hits, or like, okay, yeah, Lil Baby?
You want like a full album Baby instead of like mixtape Baby. Like he might. Yeah. You don't want him to like mix the two. Mm-hmm. You want him to just.
Because I really liked My Turn as songs to just go for hits. I didn't like it as an album overall. It is okay, but there's a lot.
I just don't want it to be
hits
50 songs, bro. Like, I just don't want it to be like 50 songs.
That's what I'm hoping. But I don't hope it's 50 songs either. But yeah, honestly, I've been looking into that like on the side, like with Lil Baby to see like, oh,
I think he'll bring it.
I'm really
I think
interested
he'll bring it,
because
and I think he's dedicated to bringing
for
it,
sure,
so.
because he's one of the albums that I've been waiting for this entire year. Him and Travis Scott. I don't know what the fuck's going on with him, but
He had to lay low. You saw that.
Oh, yeah.
Still high, you remember? Had to lay
At a
low.
concert?
Yeah.
but when you're
yeah.
laying low, you're not making Utopia. Like, come on, my guy.
He is, but he can't put anything out.
Yeah.
Publicist is like, nah, chill. Wait
But
till- wait
Lil
till
Baby,
after
I'm
Christmas.
rooting for you, Lil Baby. I am rooting for you.
Because Travis Scott's a summer.
Travis Scott, I'm rooting for you
He's
too.
a
I'm
summer
interested to
artist.
see what Travis Scott do after the tragedy.
It'll be probably like next winter or spring, because he's like a
trying to come,
summer
trying to pop out for
artist.
2023.
Yeah, he's like a pop out, turn up at like spring break type of artist.
Okay.
And festivals.
Okay.
And festival season pass. So, yeah.
All right.
Are you ready to get into this next album?
Let's do it.
Yeah. Speaking of 50 songs.
Yo.
Took like 3-4 days.
Segue. That was good. See, Potter.
Yeah.
That was a segue.
Figured it out.
That was okay. Yo, that was a segue. So we got the next album we got is The Game. Drillmatic.
Heart versus Mind.
I
So,
didn't know that was the second part. I thought it was just called Drillmatic.
like my friend said, it is
31.
long.
Actually, 31.
It is a long album.
But we don't get two, like where we're at, we don't get two songs. Two of the songs weren't on there. But
Yes, I heard. Yeah,
this
this was 29
The Ipsy
technically.
one was kind of,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? But yeah.
okay.
You want to start it off? You're the biggest game fan, I would say, in here.
You think so?
I would say so.
Are you a big game for like?
I'm a big game fan.
So am I.
Yeah.
So am I.
But I'm saying so are you. That's why I was like, I feel like we might be on the
same.
same level with that though.
The game is up there though lyrically, so
That's the thing. Like the game is a rapper.
Yeah.
Like it's just like he could rap. Like
And
he
show
could really
that.
just rap.
and you showed that for 31.
And that's the thing. Like and that's the thing. He really like exactly like he's showing.
You not tired?
And that's where it's just like it's hard because again,
You're so stupid.
It seemed like he was tired, bro. He was rapping fast too a lot of times.
like yeah, like it's a lot of music but it's like you said, like he really did demonstrate it through the whole album. So that's where it's just like as much as because again there's songs like I forgot I was listening to something, but someone brought up like the Rick Ross song, which is at the end of the album, right, Dims? Mm-hmm. And I didn't even remember there was a Ross song on the album. After when I was just going back to the certain tracks that I like, I couldn't even remember it because it was so at the end, and I was just like, I was like, oh yeah, there's a Ross song at the end, and that is the downfall of having too many songs on your album.
So I'm not gonna go back and shuffle the whole.
And that's the thing. It's like with having a track list with this long, it's like you really got like the songs that really stand out to you are gonna stand out to you. You know what I mean? So
yes, and I have my standouts because they really do stand out. But it's just like again, the Ross one. I even when I was like, oh yeah, the Ross one. I went back and I listened to it. It didn't move up in that list, but
it's still a good. Beat.
But it's still a good beat. And knowing that Ross song is on there, like I would go back to it knowing that it's there. But again, it got lost in the 31 songs.
It did. Mm-hmm.
But I have to respect the album because I love y'all know me. Mm-hmm. Y'all know who I listen to. You know, like me, it's just I want my bars, my real substance from my rappers.
Yep.
So it's just like I have to, as much as it was long, I have to respect it because it is the type of music that I would want all day from from an entire album.
Yeah, it's like you could just literally put it on shuffle and listen
to it, and it's hip
You don't know
hop.
what
Like it is
on next, so you just be like, oh, okay, yeah, banger.
Yeah, like all like that is like a definition of a hip hop album.
Yeah,
for sure.
Easy is still like definitely like honestly like one of my like favorite tracks.
So you want to talk about standout tracks?
It sounds so much. I remember you.
I don't think it.
I don't. And it sounds.
I don't think it's in my. Actually, it might be my. Again, I was gonna say top 3, but I was like, even if I say top 5, that's still like a good sample size to the 31. You know what I mean? So it's like I feel like I still did a pretty good job of narrowing it down.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? If you're able to pick 5 out of 29 or 31,
out to your ear.
But I think an Easy would be in my top 5 too, because I mentioned him like he was saying that instrumental is
bananas,
nuts. It's actually crazy.
Kanye went in there and was just went crazy, stupid, right? I was like, my god, like you had to play that shit.
He was like, I always be on box, be like, what's the Bugatti line?
Shit, yeah.
And my new bitch bad.
That's the Kanye line, right?
I don't know. I like how he comes on. He's like, how you gonna take the table when I'm the table? About to get the thug life tatted across the navel. I'm like, yo, I don't care. Kanye actually came in so hard on that song. He came in hard on that song. I'm about to get the thug life tatted across the navel. I'm like,
Yo,
Same, I might
you hear that beat, bro. You hear that beat. You had the disgusting face on.
Yeah,
bro.
like they was.
You thought that nigga was upset. That's
like he was just going crazy.
Kim's fucking me up, man. I gotta come with a good verse. No, he did his thing on that.
Nah, he
production wise too as well.
And production, that song is nuts. What other standouts y'all got?
So I thought the album like actually like flowed like. I don't want to say it flowed well, but
it did for a 29.
I don't want to say it, but like
it did for
29 songs it flowed through very well.
Yeah.
And there's a stretch there
in the middle.
But there's features.
There's a stretch in the middle after. No, I think it's the one after the song with 2 Chainz. No Man Falls. Yeah. That there's a stretch that it's a little off brand for Game.
Mm-hmm.
Until the interview.
And it doesn't really sit, and then he kind of gets back into his bag closer to the end.
Right, exactly.
Second half of the album I can actually do without personally.
Really?
I agree with you.
Like it's not like
that's probably the weaker half to me.
Yeah.
I disagree.
Except for like Stupid.
Really?
Stupid. I just don't. The only song I don't like near the end is the Black Slim Shady. I don't know why the fuck he did that. I
skip that track every time.
I listened to it. I said obviously I went through it, but it's like why?
So the halfway mark is 15. Let's say, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, but I like Fortunate though. That beat's crazy.
I don't mind it, but to me, yeah, I'm with you, Corey. I'm with you, Corey, in the first half because all my standouts, like my top 3, actually all of them, I think are in the first half.
And I think he did that. I think he did that purposely.
Right, so
like he put all the top.
He does start his albums off usually like crazy.
He put all the top tracks that he likes.
One Time is in my top 3.
Yeah,
really.
Yeah.
Like the way da 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 is when I cross you. Like the way he comes in, like is so gully, and the way like. And like even just the Ice-T speech in the middle of it, when talking, and it's just like, man, yo, that like, and like you could tell, like I like that it's like from like a clip, like a faded past clip, like I don't know, it adds like an extra layer of just like gulliness to the song. Where
he was kind of going with that song.
Yeah, like
old LA days.
And then Easy, I like it obviously it going into Easy.
Don't like Burning Checks.
I like Outside with YG.
That sounds.
My 2 favorite, I think, and they're back to back. I think my 2 favorite are I think my favorite is No Smoke at the Polo Lounge.
That sounds crazy. Mm-hmm.
Right, like that song is
really
that
good.
song is nuts.
That song is
like
really
that song is like
thing,
like you know what I mean.
I had a bitch. Shouts out Kendrick.
Yeah, had a bitch in the studio from Gothenburg, Sweden. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When she asked me if she could have some wine, I said go ahead. She was shocked.
Yeah.
Said the Veuve Clicquot is like Sprite in here. You know what I mean? You hanging with the wrong niggas. You know what I mean? Like, yo, and then it goes into, I got the devil tap dancing on the shoulder, don't I?
Yeah.
Yo, man, that track is,
crazy,
like, that, like, songs like that is why I'm like, you're elite. Like, and then even No Man Falls, like,
bro.
Is that 2 Chainz' best verse? That's what I wanted to ask you.
No.
Nah. It's up there, though.
Yo, that is... I'm a Chainz fan. That is up there.
That's up
there. He went off on that.
It's up there. It's
even really substance-wise, that's some of the most real. You know what I mean? Like real. Where he's not talking about.
Has some, like,
he had 2 funny. Here's the thing. He had 2 funny bars on there that actually like made me laugh.
Chainz always has a funny bar.
No, but like these ones like actually made me laugh. But they're good bars as well.
And with my dogs, Charlie Brown.
No, the one where he's like. No, when he's like,
that's some Chainz shit, bro. I love
but he's like, I got that girl's ass done. I got her what she asked for, or whatever. That's hilarious. And he's like, he's like, I kicked the bitch out the group chat because she had an Android. Or something like that. I'm like, what?
Bro, he's keeping it simple. That's like I kicked out the chats.
No, but the ass job one is hilarious.
Yeah. That's a bar, like,
yo. 2 Chainz is funny, bro. He keeps it simple.
That's what I'm saying. Keeps it simple. There's comedian. It's playful, but
he still knows what he's doing, bro. But he's hard at the same time.
But it's hard at the same time, and that's why it's funny because
his wordplay's sick.
There was I don't know. There was a moment like when we were like going out to like run, we were getting into our clubbing bag. That there was a moment where I'm just like, yo, Chainz is actually nice. It was like because like he'll be playful and it's like obviously he has them like silly bars or whatever.
But some of them go hard.
But then there's certain lines that like he hits, hard, and I'm just like
when he's on them slower beats, like he goes hard. Man.
Which is like hard. This,
yeah.
Which is why I'm just like this might be one of to me. Like, it's maybe it's not his best, but that is one of my favorite 2 Chainz verses. And I love that he ends the song.
Facts. And he actually had a beat drop.
Yes, and it changed.
Yeah.
It changed for him. Yes, the beat did change for his verse.
And you know what? It might be one of his hardest verses because if you get a beat drop on your verse and the song starts off slow and no bass, they probably put the song together and like, yo,
he went
stupid. He went crazy.
They probably had to put him last.
Like I messaged him quick and be like, "Yo, was that his like?" Because he went crazy.
It's up there.
He went crazy because I go back to those two songs a lot.
So yeah, like you guys are saying, like it's usually weaker by the end of it. So I could agree, but there's so like honestly, it's okay. I love Cameron. I
don't really like mess with old Cam, yo. Old Cam used to go like chill out, yo. I'm cool.
I want to say
listening to like younger Cam and like
there's a lot
with his bars. Like I don't really need older Cam. You know what I'm saying? He's not like a Jadakiss for me. Like I don't need like you know what I'm saying. I deal with older Jadakiss, but I don't really need like an older Cameron.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I will say though, there was a lot you could take away from this album. Like there's a lot of Jay-Z references as well on here. There's a lot of Jay-Z.
Because he's mad he ain't get a whole verse.
Okay, so great segue. I wanted to ask both y'all because I'm a little ill-informed. So what's the tension between them exactly?
He's never gotten a verse.
Is that really it?
Yeah.
And so what's the reason why Hov hasn't given him a verse?
I don't know.
Is what I wanted to ask y'all.
The only one who will really ever like know that is obviously Jay-Z. I don't think. I'm sure they probably have songs together. Actually, no. I feel like now if they had a song with him, I feel like he would have dropped it from time.
Yeah, he would have dropped it. He did. That's why he always brings it up.
I don't know. I personally
maybe Jay's just on 50 Cent side. Yo, it's New York thing, yo. But keep your bitch ass over there. I'm just joking. Sorry, nah, yo. He probably just doesn't deem him worthy. Yo, Hov is different. Yo, he probably thinks he's begging too much. Maybe that's probably also what it is. He might be begging.
But like Hov is so like cool with every man in the rap game. Like,
yeah, but maybe the game.
That's his one op.
Yeah, and the game
one op. Yeah,
the game probably was just like yo, Hov, I need a verse. While every man just kind of been chilling, just rapping, and then they just get.
I don't know. It's funny because like. I feel like they would have a great song together. I feel like both of their crafts.
I feel like it would be a really good hip hop song. That's why it's just like I've been wondering, and that's why I wanted to ask y'all like where exactly
I don't know,
is that disconnect?
Maybe their managers don't get along. Maybe
something
along the line.
And I will say he's taking there's a lot of like you could still obviously tell that there's tension between him and 50.
Oh,
yes.
I'm like, hear it on the interview.
But I'm like, yo, this has been going on for like over 20 years, like just over 20 years or just under. Like this is
like
crazy.
he literally says the line. He's like, what's 50 doing versus without the game?
Yeah. I mean, 50 Cent. No, 50 Cent. He can do a lot without the game, but the game has been on a lot of big songs with 50, and that's the thing. It's like, there's a lot of, I don't know.
50's been on big songs with the game too.
But no, for sure. But that like you said, you could clearly tell the I
don't know what it
like
is.
that's still. You know what I mean? Like those feelings still.
Yeah.
Okay, so then again, so do you know? So why is he beefing with Eminem with the whole Blacks and Shady? Like, what's that hate about?
I think it's just talking shit in competitive nature from the game side more.
Being like, I don't think you're that nice.
Yeah, I don't think it's anything. I don't think it's like. I think it's just strictly hip hop. And honestly, from Eminem's side, obviously you could tell he hasn't responded to any of it. So I don't even think he looks at the game as a competition, even though the game is nice and it would be. And if they were to go at it, it would be a good rap battle.
Plus, the game thinks he's the best rapper, so he's just gonna do what
every rapper should think they're the best.
Exactly. So like, and he comes from that era where you gotta call people out.
So I just have two more things to say about the album. So the songs that I do like, I really like Easy, One Time, Home Invasion. Outside, Change the Game, Hov sample on that one. No Smoke at the Pole. I really like How Far I Came of Roddy. That sounds like old Roddy to me. That sounds like you know what I mean?
Because he was just featuring on it.
Yeah, fair enough. It's easier to feature. No Smoke at the Polo Lounge, No Man Falls, Fortunate.
What about the song with Lil Wayne?
It's okay. I liked Herbo's verse though.
I really like Herbo.
Stupid 38 Special, and that's about it.
Yeah.
And Money Cash Close.
Yeah.
Another Hov sample on there.
Okay. A$AP Rocky is fucking dope.
Yeah, he is.
A$AP Rocky.
He is. What did you guys think? I asked you earlier, but obviously I want you to say for the pod. But so what did you guys think of the Drake with the braids interlude? Because I thought that was so random.
I actually liked it. I actually liked it. I like one again. Like it was clearly planned.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
It was clearly planned. So I like the touch. Like, I like the touch, you know what I mean? I do like him just kind of like, it's like, it was like an excuse voicemail.
Yeah.
In a sense, I'm doing shit with the Canadian border and shit. Like
yeah.
I was like, get the fuck out of here. But it was a funny interlude. I did. It was a nice touch.
Yeah, and also when he's like, yo, I know I'm gonna get you on the next album, though. I know you say every album's gonna be your last album, but I know it's not your last album. That's funny too, because he's been saying this is his last album. So, but yeah, it was a great album. Game. Keep doing what you're doing. Next time, I don't know. I'll still take 31, but if you're
just give me
like 20, 25.
Just
break
it up.
Because I think Born to Rap was like 25 or 22. Or
give me 15 the first half of the year, and the other 15 the other half of the year.
Any last thoughts, Corey?
Nah, I'm good, yo. The album was good, Game. Keep it up.
Album was good still. So all right, let's move on to the next one. So before we get into that, and since we were talking about Drake just now, how did Drake get off that having Michael Jackson on his album?
Oh, we thought about that.
When he actually wasn't on. How'd they get that off? How'd they get that?
I think every time I go back and listen to Scorpion, I'm like, this guy really went and drew back for a Michael Jackson feature. You probably paid out the ass for that. That's probably like, I'd probably say you probably give like $5 million for that, 10.
No, but
More than that.
More than that, you think? Yeah, probably.
The record label paid for that.
no, but you didn't hear? Did you watch one of the most recent Rory and Malls?
Yeah.
Where they were talking about how like they put that it was Michael Jackson, but it wasn't Michael Jackson on the album.
Oh, okay.
You didn't hear that?
No, but it is Michael Jackson though.
Supposedly it wasn't.
They got someone like close to
Supposedly it wasn't. That's why I'm like, I need you to do some research and get back to me on that.
I mean, they could just tune the pitch of that singer. If it's close enough, they could just tune.
Yeah, because they literally.
It's like Michael
that's what I'm saying. Like they were like Rory and Mar were talking about how like they were like, yo, how did Drake get that off? Like he had Michael Jackson on his album when he actually wasn't there on his album.
That makes sense.
So I'm like, I want to know if that was actually true. Because I'm like, if that was true, how did you get that off?
Yeah.
Which is so funny.
Did you pay for that little voice clip snippet?
I think they were just teasing. I think were they laughing when they said that?
They laugh when they say it.
Kind of, but it
Like,
also kind of seemed like
because the Michael Jackson feature, everyone says it doesn't sound like Michael Jackson. You know what I mean? So but they're saying like the fact that you drew for it, and it was like it was a weaker Michael Jackson vocal from a throwaway song that he had. So that's why people are like, there was a lot of people clowning, saying like, oh, like this isn't like. This doesn't even sound like Michael Jackson. Why would you even take this, right?
Maybe you got,
yeah.
Maybe
That's what I'm saying. Like,
maybe you got it from Quincy.
But Drake's that. Maybe
you got it from Quincy.
No, seriously.
He man's almost $1 billion.
So I'm looking here. It says the source of Drake's surprise Michael Jackson feature on Scorpion has been discovered. On Wednesday, an LA Times story on Michael Jackson's brand and image pointed out that the vocals "Don't Matter to Me" came from a 1983 recording session with collaborator Paul Anka.
Yeah, so it came from Quincy.
So that's what I'm saying. It's probably like a weak throwaway, and he's like,
okay,
$50 million for this throwaway.
Okay. But that's definitely a flex on Drake's part. Like, that's definitely like, oh, yeah, I got a Michael Jackson vocal on here.
All right, just wanted to get that off quick. So next album we got up is Lloyd Banks.
Oh, okay.
Did you listen?
Yeah, I did listen to this one.
So, again, I don't have too much to say. I can't really recall too much tracks because, again, we're going through a lot of music.
Yeah, this one went a while ago.
But I did enjoy this album. And it's funny because the last couple Banks albums, I didn't love.
Yeah, the last one I didn't really like.
I didn't really like love, but this one I probably enjoyed more than the last couple. Yeah.
I fucks with it more, yeah.
Yeah, so I that's probably really all I have to say. Like, again, in June, Banks has been my favorite G-Unit member from time. I always thought he was the most.
Low-key, he was everyone's.
He was always the most elite spitter from time.
Like, everyone loved 50 because 50 was the guy. But
yeah. Banks was always that nigga, and Banks is still that nigga. And even when they were talking about on the Joe Budden podcast, how like, remember when Ish bet against him and picked like Jim Jones against him or something? And then he went to the concert, saw him perform, and he came on the next podcast and he was like, I'm walking it back. He's like, that was my bad.
Yeah, I don't know why Ish would say that. No. Lloyd Banks is, I think, would just wash Jim Jones.
Nah, Banks.
In a versus?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I'm a Banks guy, so I would.
Because he has the G-Unit bag. Like, that is.
The G-Unit bag is deadly. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. No. But no, it was a good album. Honestly, front to back, I do like it better than the first course of Inevitable. But yeah, it was solid. The song with the two back-to-back Griselda tracks with Menace and Living Proof with Conway and Benny.
Yeah.
And there's a song with Jada Kids.
Jada power steering is crazy. Great. Don't switch with Tony Ayo.
Just hearing Tony Ayo was nice.
Yeah.
Traffic with David.
Like, I was like, is that
Did you guys hear that jab? Going back to the game up, did you guys hear that jab?
Yayo. Yes.
Like, oh, I'm like,
yes.
You really hate the G-Unit niggas.
Yeah.
You really don't fuck with
No, but it's like, because I get why he threw that jab.
Yeah.
I get it.
Mm-hmm. I just want to make sure you guys caught that.
I did.
There's actually so much to digest. There's so many jabs that he threw and so many.
He did.
He had 31 tracks of jabs.
To jab at bare niggas, yeah.
And jabbed at least once to everybody.
Nah.
So yeah, any last thoughts on the Banks album?
No, it was
Good album, man.
Nah, Lloyd Banks, thank you for giving me
someone his age. I rated
the Course of the Inevitable series. I hope to get the third one next year.
It's dope to see like artists that we.
Did you see the interview with him on the Button podcast?
I did, yes.
That was a solid
Patreon
one.
exclusive, yes. Yeah, it was really good. It was really good. All right, so the next album we're gonna get into is Black Thought. So take it away, boys.
I'll keep it short and sweet, man. That album's, I mean, it's a good rap album, but it's just not like for me personally. Like,
really,
it's not something I'm gonna go back to like all the time.
Honestly,
like,
I didn't think I would hear that still.
I respect it, and like it's.
I think I might be. I think I'm with you.
It, and it's a good album, but it's just not like something I'm gonna be like, oh, yeah,
running back to.
Let me hear this track. Let me hear this track. One song I do really like, obviously, is the one with he has a song with Jid on this one, right? No. No, it's the one I guess.
With the one with Joey.
Probably with Joey. The one with Joey. That song's really.
That
good.
sounds crazy.
That song is really good. And Strangers with A$AP Rocky.
Yeah, no, honestly, I think I'm rocking with you, Corey. Like I really enjoyed it, and I respect it, and I hear it, and I'm like, this is rapping at its most elite.
Yeah,
but it's like
I think it's the production really, like then the beats and the way that it all flows. It's just really not.
Yeah, like I don't think it's something that
Danger Mouse is really like underground with the production, right?
Yeah.
Like so, which fits well to Black Thought, right?
Yeah,
exactly.
Yes.
That's why
you think Black
I
Thought,
understand.
Like, yeah.
100%. You know, I listen to it because I have to.
And that's the thing.
I respect it as fuck.
Exactly, but that's what I'm saying. Going back, like, it just takes you back to like when you know Black Thought from the roots, right? So when it's just like he's lyrically great, he's been lyrically great, right? So like hearing him with another producer. And doing a full project with them, I've always liked that because it's like that when I hear a rapper with one in particular producer, that means they're locked in together for a full certain amount of sessions, right?
Yeah. And
that's obviously an album as a test to see if you guys click to do things in the future. So with this, I enjoyed it. I definitely won't be I don't know if I have it in my top 10, but it'll probably be an honorable mention because I really did enjoy this. I enjoyed Belize with MF Doom. It was great to hear.
Yes.
Yes. I thought it was really great to hear MF Doom rest in peace.
It was a long verse.
That might have been one of the most standout tracks to me, actually, the one with MF Doom.
Because with Joey Badass Russ. And I love Saltwater.
Russ was actually not bad. I wasn't expecting to hear him.
No, Russ is actually good.
He comes on the most...
his flow is actually... Honestly, I think... Because remember I was talking about Battle of the White Boys? Yeah. I think I would take Russ over Harlow.
Yeah. I would too.
Yeah.
I would too.
Lyrically,
yeah.
Mm-hmm. Lyrically and in a fight.
You know what? Okay, you know what? All right. So I don't know if we got much else to say on the Black Thought album. So I think we will end it there with Russ winning in a fight against Jack Harlow. You heard it here first. That's who we're putting our money on.
Yeah.